we've come from a very dark place in the last 8 years, where we have been gaslighted, we have been used and abused. We have been told that what we thought we were seeing was not what we were seeing. Basically, we have a government that was like Professor Diago and his dwarf small boy. And you remember when we were kids, that guy was visiting schools, that magician, Professor Diago and his dwarf small boys. Sleight of hand governance. Now you see me, now you don't. Obu yaya, ozi oza. That's what we've been led to believe. My brother Kwadwo Poku, who wanted to be president, was in Shira FM and saying that there's no hardship in Ghana, it's our lifestyle. When I heard it, I thought it was shocking. But
why is it shocking?
No, Kwadwo.
Let's not have that conversation. Make your submission.
I am happy. I'm making a submission.
Show into that conversation. Because I said it and I
you wanted to be president.
That's fine.
So I'm making my point. When I finish, you respond.
Leave that out.
No, because
here.
Fortunately, you have the opportunity to respond.
Yes, respond to me.
But you don't want to. What I'm begging him is that I don't want to turn the show to that conversation. That's what I'm begging him.
That's fine. You don't want to interrupt me, because if you interrupt me, you won't talk. So don't do that. Don't do that.
Leave that conversation.
You wanted to be president. No, hold on.
Leave me out of it.
Don't interrupt me, my brother. You wanted to be president of this country. So if you had been given,
don't worry.
You wanted to be president. No, I'm including you.
Why?
You wanted to be president of this country.
But I'm not.
So if you were given the mandate, you would have told us that there's no hardship in this country. It's our lifestyle. It is the same gaslighting that you people were doing. That's why you lost the election. So I'm heading somewhere. Let me finish. When I finish, you can respond. Because maybe you will run again. Maybe this time they will give you the mandate. Then you come and tell us that there's no hardship. But I'm heading to a point. You people told us that, Randy, one of the most shocking things I have heard, and let me be fair to you, I haven't heard you say that, was that the cedi to dollar ratio under the MPP was better than the cedi to dollar ratio under the NDC, because even though it had gone from 4 to 17, when you do percentages, it is better than that of the NDC. Do you pay your bills in ratios? Do we pay our bills in ratios? The businessman who is in Swami today, who has to order car parts from his contemporaries or his business counterparts in Holland, if he wants $10,000 today, it is 170,000 cedis. Sorry, 17,000. No, 170,000. Sorry. Under President Mahama, it was 40,000. So how do you proceed to tell us that the cedi to dollar ratio is better under you? We had a vice president, now outgoing vice president, who was the head of the economic management team. He came to tell us about the solid economic management team, basically sneered at the NDC, only for his team to go from solid state to gaseous state without even passing latent heat of vaporization.
Okay.
Randy, I don't know if Kwadwo came because he heard I was on and he came to attack me. Because this thing that he's doing, I don't get it. We are on a panel to discuss issues. You even forgot about the issue to be discussed. And you went on a personal attack. No, you did. No, stop. You did. You see, the reason I said it's a personal attack.
You said something, and Kwadwo, did you not say it?
Yes, I did, and I'm here.
Say it?
I did, and I'm here. So let's not.
So I'm
make
just
it
reminding Daniel that you can be president.
I am irrelevant, and I, Kwadwo Poku, have credibility. And when I say things, I say them and I own them. Look, we politicians like to have sound bites and dog whistles. You are refusing to understand that the campaigning is over. This is what you call reality check. As President Mahama rightfully said it, and is captured in one of the front pages, that the reality will determine the way forward, not the all the things that were said in the 120-day communique of social binding with government, because I can assure you that most of those things put in that thing for the 120 days cannot be done. And my brother, when you say...
Which one?
Oh, quite a number of them. I'll get there to a minute. I'll discuss that. Okay. But when you say them, ECG meters being replaced, it's not... Who is the them? The them is not government that was replacing them. It's ECG vendors who were replacing meters. So when you say them keeping the money, today, whether it's President John Dramani Mahama president or Nana-Addo is president, those meters will be replaced. If you have problems with how your credit on there were not transferred properly, deal with ECG. But let's stop making certain things political issues. Because, my brother, in a month's time, you will be in government. And I'll be sitting, and I don't think you'll be appreciative if I start pointing these things at you. Because you've got nothing to do with it. Government have got nothing to do with it. ECG meters, the reason they are being changed is that the firmware has expired. And it was creating more problems than leaving it there. So whether it was being changed a month before election or was being changed 2 days to election, there is nothing anybody can do about it because those meters had expired. The firmwares are no longer doing the work they are supposed to do. So when you don't understand something, please, let's explain it to you and don't come in attacking that them. Who is going to go and take money from and make it them? Now, quickly on that point.
Me what I don't understand.
Quickly
Listen,
on.
Look, I am a very intelligent man. Randy, let me just tell you something. I am a civil engineer of 32 years. Don't tell me what I understand and what I don't understand. You are heading the wrong way. Randy, changing our meters. Randy, no, hold on.
Kojo,
changing our meters. Okay, go ahead.
You see, quickly on the issue of I said there's no hardship in Ghana. And the caveat to that was that it is our lifestyle. Now, this conversation, we can have it anywhere, anytime, but I don't think we should spend precious time on TV trying to put political interference on when somebody says that people's lifestyle create the hardship they are in. It's a thing that everybody says, just that Kwadwo Poku says it and everybody is happy to put it on social media and think that what? It's a reality.
No, I watched that video.
Yes.
And the impression I got was that you were with the presenter,
yes,
the journalist. And the journalist was dealing with you on cost of living.
Yes.
And looking at prices.
Yes.
And he was looking at prices.
Yes.
And on the basis of those issues he was raising, cost of living, you then said that, look, it's not really an issue of cost of living.
Yes.
You know, it's also about lifestyle.
Lifestyle, yes.
Yes. So I'm sure that's the point.
That's the point. Yes, exactly.
So it means that there were you are refusing to accept that times are hard, that the cost of living is gone high, and that you think that people are suffering because of their lifestyle issues.
No, that's not the point. The point is, you see, on that flyer that went round, there are two flyers. One that was done by mysterious people, we don't know who did it, and there's one that was actually done by the station.
Yeah,
right?
I watched. That's what I'm telling you.
Exactly.
I heard
Exactly. So the conversation, as you rightfully put it,
it's Jan Tua, right?
Yes. The conversation, as you put it, was about cost of living. My assertion, and I still hold true to it, you might disagree with me, is that people's lifestyle today is what is causing the hardship. Because you can afford you see, you can in economics, right? There are alternatives. In economics, you can prefer today. I don't watch DSTV because I think DSTV price has gone too high, right? So I've cut my DSTV. Somebody might choose to still watch DSTV and have the full bouquet, or somebody might still be on DSTV and come down to compact. Okay, so it's
what will I replace with Kenke or Gary?
There's a lot of replacement. It doesn't necessarily mean that Kenke or Gary are the basic necessities. Food, business, that people, if you remember, you said you watched the video. Yes. After I said that, my next explanation I gave was that my uncle has 3 shops. He gave the shop to a friend to man for him. And the friend, when we all knew him to eat the basic food, had 3 girlfriends and was ordering Chinese for them. So the conversation was not about me mimicking or taking for granted people's lifestyle. But my point to that question was that you can adjust accordingly to fit your situation.
Okay.
That was the basic.
I mean, if I were advising, and I'm not saying that I am capable of advising anybody. I need to advise myself. Is that, look, first of all, the reality about hardship, cost of living, going through the roof is real.
Yes.
The issue of people's lifestyle as a contributory factor, or the fact that you can adjust, is also something that can be looked at.
Yes.
But you cannot use lifestyle to deny the fact that...
No, it's not denying
because that's, no, when I watched you...
Yes, that's your interpretation of it.
No, when I watched you, that's the impression I got.
That's the impression you got. That's it. What I'm saying is that on the other side...
The guy said,
on the other side...
move 5
kg. And I said, why are you buying... Yes, exactly. So that goes to the point.
Yeah, but even if you want to buy one, even the Conco, the price is also gone up.
I agree, but you see, his thought was that he wants to go and buy a 5 kg. And my point was, going to the same lifestyle, why, if you can't, do you have to buy 5 kg? You can buy a Mukonko.
No, but the Conco is also gone through the roof.
Point, it doesn't matter, but that's what you can afford. You don't need to buy 5 kg. And I use
even if that's what my household needs.
Oh, but you know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying to you is that adjusting your lifestyle accordingly will now let you live better. But this conversation of this hardship, and yesterday I mentioned it, in the context of politics, it's a dog whistle. Okay? Meaning that no government has been able to reduce hardship. No government has been able to basically make equal opportunities. No government has been able to now do the things we say when we are
So what's the point you're making?
The point I'm making now is that when I said it, it was put out there as a campaign thing where, Kwadwo Poku is insensitive. It's the reality.
No, but that's the impression I got.
No, that's fine, but it's the reality.
Because
the reality is
what
that
I saw was you refusing.
No, I'm
to
not
accept
refusing,
that.
But if you watch the full video, at the latter end, I said that, look, let's stop this conversation because somebody will interpret it and say that Kwadwo Poku is taking people for granted and taking. I said that.